They say imitation is the highest form of flattery. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed psychotherapist, and I've spent a lot of time working with people who are victims of abuse as well as perpetrators of abuse. One of the things that commonly happens with abusive partners when you break up with them is they will go out and try to find someone that looks exactly like you. And many of them are very successful in finding your exact twin. And I think this speaks to a couple of different things, both of which should be cause for concern. One, I think it speaks to the level of obsession that they have with you, and that they want to try to have you in any way that they can, if that makes sense. So it's much easier to do that when they have your doppelganger, essentially your doppelganger, your twin, sitting next to them. But again, that goes back to speaking to the level of obsession and making sure they have, or they feel like at least that they have some aspect of you with them at all times. And so it speaks to that fixation. But I think the second thing that it speaks to is, again, trying to recreate a narrative with you that has a different outcome. And so maybe if I go out and find someone that looks like you, then perhaps we can have a different type of future together. Again, it's very fantasy based. And it's very, there's not a lot of maturity in the decision, and unfortunately, it doesn't really give the person that they choose a chance to be authentic and show up in the relationship, because they want to try to condition that person to be like you in every way possible. It helps that they look like you, but a lot of times narcissists will engage in dry begging and other things like that, manipulative tactics to make that person try and be very empathetic, to be a caregiver, to be their accountant, to be their therapist, to be their personal maid. So they'll also try to break down the boundaries as well as the self-esteem, and get, just try to mold them as if they were a doll. And part of that is, the first aspect of that is getting someone that looks exactly like you. But again, I think that speaks a lot to the level of obsession, because even if they move on and they have someone else, you can very clearly see that they're very much still thinking about you and wanting to engage with you in some way, shape, or form. And so they can move on and be with another person, but still be very much keyed into what you're doing, be snooping through your personal business and paying attention to who you've brought in your life as well.